I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25.
Hello, punters. Welcome back to a massive edition of the Leg of Australia podcast, and we're doing this again, boys. We've had a couple. Take two. We're slightly underprepared, but we're extremely confident, and that's how we like it. And boys, 4 massive Group 1s, Super Saturday. They call us. I'm pumped. BJ, pumped?
I'm pumped, boys. Last week it was all about the fillies. We're taking a second try at this because you put me off the first go, Woodhead. But we got the big boy Tantyrus in the Newmarket Handicap. He beat his age last preparation in the Coolmore. First up, Lightning Stakes. He beat the older horses. He came from behind them and he just beat up on them. Handicap conditions this time around. Level playing field, 57 kilos. He'll carry 1.5 kilos more than weight for age, but can he do it? That's the question mark. I think he's good enough to win with that weight, but you got horses like My Gladiola coming into it with no weight on her back. And then you got the Randwick Guineas, Autumn Boy. He's a Group 1 Caulfield Guineas winner. Attica, Group 1 winner. Sheza Alibi, how good is she? She might be the best of them all. And then the All-Star Mile. They keep reducing the prize money. They've got a decent field. I don't think there's any A-graders in the race, but it's going to be a cracking day.
I think it's going to be an absolute belter, and we've been blessed. We had the Great Australian Multi-Salute last weekend. We had Tempted, Observer, Autumn Glow.
Observer.
I was going to say, most impressive win. What do you reckon? DJC, most impressive win from last weekend out of the 3?
Far out. I don't. The one that first comes into mind is Observer, straight up the rail. Yeah, tough win. Obviously, you got a bit of the brakes late there, getting up there. But I had a pretty fair crack at it in the multis. I was screaming at home, mate. So Observer for me.
I don't think it was as cut and dry as we thought it was. I think we had Planet Red, Savvy Halley. They were all there to get him, to try and knock him off and ruin everyone's day. But unfortunately, the faves won. Some ruined your day, Patrick. You had your iron last week. Planet Red, Verona Rose earlier in the day.
Drinking red. I was backing red. I was backing Verona Rosé. I was drinking rosé. I was having a great day, actually, out on the sauce with the boys at a 40.
While I was trying to work. Isn't that right, Blake? Blake was getting the shits.
Paddy's been flying. You've been tipping plenty of winners, Paddy.
I do it for fun,
60s.
actually.
I was on him at $51. That Observer, too good, landed in the right spot. I think Tantyrus was great. I think, what's her name? Tempted. She was great. Autumn Glow, she's the best in the country. 10 out of 10, the perfect 10.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of people sort of knocking Tempted, but I thought she was terrific. I just think Savvy Halley just knuckled down late and made Tempted do it. But her turn of foot is elite.
Yeah, that was cool, wasn't it? That was really cool.
She made up 6 lengths.
Yeah.
In a matter of a couple of strides, and then she just
1,200
had
metre
to
horse
level
though,
out
or
and knuckle down and get the job done.
Are you going to stay out at 1,400 metres, or you reckon they come back to the sprint distance and
I think they've confirmed that they're going to the Arrow Field, but I don't think it was the fact that she doesn't get 1,400 metres. She was still strong to the line, and they beat the third horse relatively easily, but she's potentially the best sprinter in the country. Well, Tantyrus might have something to say about that, but she's one of the best sprinters in the country. I don't think there's any reason to push her to 1,400 metres again anytime soon anyway.
I had a question without notice. I would prefer to see a lot of these sprinters get out to a distance, until they fail, as opposed to a lot of the times, look at our Car Ying Rising that stays at 1,200 metres and you never really see it extend. Like, wouldn't you love to see a horse like this run over the mile?
Why is that? Why do they keep it around that? Like, you reckon just because the prize money's so good at around some of those?
Protecting the record, I guess.
Well, no, they're going
I think like Black Caviar would have been the perfect one to to try and get to a mile. Like I think she only went to 1400 meters once. Might have been when she won the CF4 or Futurity. Maybe it was twice.
No,
I think
it was
only
once. I reckon
but,
it was once.
Yeah, but like the way she won that day of 1400, like there would have been no reason to suggest that she couldn't have gone to 1600. Like
she did trot and canter and lead that race. She was always going to get 1400 meters. But yeah, like I think because you've got the Everest now, which is a $20 million race, world's richest race on turf. Like even horses that are potentially their best trip is a mile. You're seeing them stay at that 6 furlongs. So, like Jolly Star, Think About It. Those two horses, like she won a Caulfield Guineas. He won a Stradbroke. Like those horses could have easily got pushed to a mile, and I would definitely like to see, like, go back to like Weekend Hustler, just run him in a Caulfield Cup, run him in a Cox Plate,
Run him in everything.
Everything. Run him in everything. Lightning Stakes first up, Newmarket Handicap, all of them.
You'd see a horse like the late Mackay Diva come back from a spell too, win over 1200 metres, and then finish the prep on winning a 2 mile race. Like it was the best.
Yeah, well, like Bart used to do it all the time. Like he'd resume 1200 up the straight at Flemington, like his stays. Like even Danny O'Brien said that post race with he won that race on Saturday with Get a Good Feeling. Like she started odds on in the Oaks in her last start at the end of the prep and resumed first up 1200 Flemington, and Danny's first boss was Bart, and that's what he said. Like, well, Bart used to do it all the time. I figured if it was good enough for Bart, it's good enough for me. Like, so yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe we start seeing it a little bit more. But like Jimmy Starr, he's the other one. Like they were talking Doncaster horse, like for him early on, and now he's a Oakley Plate winner and one of the best sprinters in the country. So yeah, you'd like to see him race your horses, run them in the good races, and yeah.
What about the names they get away with these days? There's Get a Good Feeling, there's Got a Good Feeling, isn't there?
There could be.
Sort it out. Paddy.
There is.
I have that much trouble with horses' names as it is. In run, looking for colours. I even said to Blake on the weekend, I said I just had $100 for the boys because I knew they were at the pub on this horse called Buffalo. And he goes, "Where is it?" And I said, "Oh, it's just on the outside." He goes, "Oh, in the what was it? The purple colours." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You had no idea where it was."
That was an easy watch too, though.
Well, in the end, but yeah, I'm with you. Stop making them so similar.
But also, like, I'd like to see it go the other way as well. Like, you've got Autumn Glow, and they are going to stretch her to a mile and a quarter. But like, you'd like to see her take on Cayenne Rising in Everest as well.
Is she going to the QE2?
Not sure, but like the long-term goal would potentially be the Cox Plate. So eventually they'll get there.
Well, we might get into that.
Imagine if she wins a Cox Plate and then comes back and wins an Everest next season.
You would like to see it, or at least
I'd like to see
have
it.
a crack at it to start with, and then kind of stretch them out, or I don't know. But yeah, I think the prize money's just too. It's too. The allure's too big at that kind of 1200 metre mark and those sprint distances. But I tell you what, it was good to have the footy back, boys.
Oh, was it what?
Yeah.
The Bulldogs just going around and
It's fucked off.
cruising to an easy victory.
Easy.
They were deserved victors for
Well
sure.
deserved winners over the Red V. Are we all in agreement on that one?
Yeah,
One of the
the
things I love
officials
too is-
got so much wrong right in that game, especially the Stephen Crichton call. He deserved to remain on the field and kick the winning field goal for sure.
That's right. I haven't seen inconsistencies like that since the Ninja protest.
EJC's so upset he's off the screen.
This is
You all
obviously
right, buddy?
this is obviously been put in a group chat that I'm not fucking in. I think that he's come up against me here, mate. I am still fuming.
Yeah, it's called No Dragon Supporters.
It's called our normal group chat.
Mate, I was all right with a few. I was all right with a few of the calls. I was like, oh yeah, it's just 50-50 call. Didn't get it. But then that last where Bronson Sherry has dropped it fucking cold.
Stone cold.
Oh, wouldn't be
Stone
passing.
cold.
Cold.
Wouldn't be passing him on baby.
Oh, mate.
Not in Golden Point.
Stone Cold dropped it. Poor old Couchman's been penalised, and there's no challenges in Golden Point. What a fucking stitch up!
You can't do challenges in Golden Point.
That's
You
right.
gotta
They
get
should
it
be
moved.
allowed to do it. It's part of the
That's
game.
the call.
Hey,
You
mate.
can't just say now it's Golden Point. All the other rules have changed. Look, it's you should still have one challenge each because
Mate,
that challenge we would have went straight up the other field at the end of the field. We might not have won still, but at least it would have been a fair loss.
One of the Couchman brothers should have been off anyway for the shoulder charge of the face off the kickoff. That would be one of my positives of the weekend, though. The two Couchman brothers going absolutely bananas with each other after they made that hit. It was the fucking. Can you imagine having CCTV at their house when they were young?
When they were kids. You know, like you think about those kids that like fucking just put buckets on their heads to run into each other. That's the Couchman boys for sure. Where have they come from, DJC?
They're Wollongong boys, I think. They're local juniors.
Of course they are.
Had to be.
Could be
Wollongong boys.
Probably Kembla.
Might be Shell Harbour or somewhere like that, I think. Could be even a Dapto Canary.
God, it had me fired up.
I liked it too. They were good.
Other than the loss, I was pretty happy, mate. The Dragons, they usually, years gone by, they don't have that fight in the end. They usually fucking good for 30 or 40 minutes and then they just give up and leak points. I thought their defence was unreal. Like, Bulldogs went at them for, I reckon, 65 minutes. Especially, there was that many sets along the line defence where we just kept turning them away. And that's not to say Bulldogs might not have had their best attacking game, but they're still littered with absolute stars from 1 to 13.
I forgot I've got the shovel sound effect and I can just fucking...
I'm pretty happy. Round one, I'm happy.
This is not...
I think, though, like, that'll change, though, I reckon, like, going forward, because, like, that Vegas pitch is, like, a lot, sort of, it's narrower, and that was, like, the defensive line was pretty much shoulder to shoulder. Like, it was pretty hard to sort of get around them and find gaps. So I wouldn't be shocked if Dragons get onto a big field next time and just get 40 put on them.
Dragons of old, Dragons of old, the ground could have been 15 metres wide, and you had 13 blokes on it, they still get 50 put on it.
But I tell you what, Vegas, that is a bucket list trip. Like,
100%.
If you've got a Bucks or a Hens, a lot of girls there as well. If you've got a boys trip, a punters club, anything doing, that looks the go. Because did you see, I think they were talking about, like, on Fox after it, they're like, what's the biggest takeaway? What was the biggest thing that made your week in Vegas? And I think, like, two of the three, like, Matty Johns and maybe Fletch as well said about, like, the English crowd, like how good that element is leading into it as well. So not only a week in Vegas, and then they're moving it into even more markets. But, yeah, it looks unreal. And you know what? I'll say this now, like, it might not be a big statement to you guys, but it'll be a big statement to many people listening to this, especially Mexicans south of the border down in Victoria. But NRL has overtaken AFL and any other sport as a national code. And not only just overtaken it, like smashed it. Like that Vegas thing looks so good. Like, and even like, remember, like, Pat, you and I used to talk about all the time, like the NRL would like drop the ball. The AFL would always go on. The AFL would always do the right thing, and whenever the NRL got a chance, they'd shit the bed. It's almost the other way around now. Like the AFL, like the fact that last weekend there was 2 games on Sunday for the NRL. Everyone's back into footy mode. Everyone's back ready to rip in. There were 12 o'clock, or in Queensland, it was a 12 o'clock and a 3 o'clock game. The AFL had didn't decide to put their first round that weekend or anything. They had practice matches. I think even the Sunday practice match, the field in Ballarat was so shit they couldn't play. And then this week, they've got that opening round thing again. And I think there's only 5 games. Like
gather round or something?
No, that's their like magic round in Adelaide in the middle of the year, which apparently is unreal as well. But like, it's just NRL is just streaks ahead, like, and just moving it into more markets. Imagine doing a game like Vegas would be unreal, but fucking imagine going to Miami and doing that, or like doing a Europe trip, or I don't know where else they said. It'd be so good.
Volandi's just talked about Japan next, or even Miami, but I think Volandi's...
Hong Kong. He said Hong Kong. Yeah, imagine doing like if they could get the Sevens thing, because they reckon the Hong Kong Sevens is elite when it comes to boys trip.
He's like a modern day Kerry Packer almost. Like he's just what he did back in the day with the cricket and stuff like that. Like he's just breaking down the boundaries that people thought were there, and he's just opening it right up, and he's kind of doesn't care if he fails. Like he's just fucking going for it.
Just going for it.
Did Kerry
Just
Tucker
showing
ever
it.
use Ozempic and wear a toupee?
Oh, what's going on with his
Tell you what,
hair?
I took a bit of a stretch for that video. Fucking hell.
You'll get
What, is
banned
his
from
hair no
racing.
good?
Oh, it's a salad you
was-
wouldn't
I
eat.
thought his hair looked all right.
It's a salad you wouldn't eat. It was like, I don't know how they do it, but it's like a wig that only covers the back quarter of their head. So like starts at the top, like
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
lot,
Like,
there's a lot of,
Maybe he's introducing it, and like sort of rather than going from 0 to 100, like
that's
if
true.
Pat rocked up next week with a full head of hair, there'd be some questions
he's
asked.
just
If he
just
came with the
warming us
Dr.
into
Phil
it.
look or
It's
something like that next week, it could be like, oh yeah, all right, the week after.
I reckon it was a two-piece, and the back part's the only bit that arrived before he went to Vegas.
yeah,
fuck,
no
it's
glue, the
almost
front
like-
half blew off.
It's like a Felice Kafusi, and he's had years to grow it.
Bit of
Goes
Adolf
to the back
about it
and
too.
just-
Bit of Adolf about it as well, I thought. But yeah, it was. Mate, I just, you know what? I love the AFL. I love the AFL. It's my chosen sport. But fuck, man, like that was so good. NRL's going to kick him. Just keep kicking him down. I had a look. I was thinking about like the bye weekends and stuff like that, especially because we're doing fantasy and in NRL this year for the first time, and it's like bye weekends. I looked at 9 weeks in the AFL this year. There's bye rounds, like where not all 18 teams are competing. 9 weeks, or a third of the season. Like,
Wow. And they
what
don't
the
even have
fuck's the
state of
point
origin.
that? They don't have a state of origin.
Yeah.
Like, no international series. Like, yeah, it's telling, but very. It was good to have the footy back, and I'm keen for tomorrow night when we get both codes back going.
Would you like to see him take the full round of Vegas, or is that overkill?
Yeah,
Overkill.
I reckon they
Overkill.
should. I reckon they should make Vegas part of round 1. I still think that they should like kick off the season in Australia and make it like
And just give
normal
those 4
Thursday,
teams
Friday, Saturday.
bye.
Vegas is Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this week now there's no 3:00 game on a Saturday, and it's like it kind of you don't get the full effect of this round in
Yeah.
Australia now.
Yeah, and I
Mind
think
you,
Vegas
as,
is
like,
great.
as punters, I hate the Saturday 3 o'clock game. Like, I don't reckon I've ever
I don't
watched
like
the
that.
Saturday
Yeah.
3
So,
o'clock game.
you're watching the races.
The races are on. Like, yeah.
But then they got the Thursday game, which I struggle to get around. The
Same.
Thursday
I
night
like it.
game.
I don't mind the
hate
Thursday
I hate
game. Like-
Thursday games because I'm trying not to drink earlier in the week and fucking the footy's on. Like, okay, I'll crack this, but no.
Bring back
guys
the Monday
have-
night game.
Monday night of the Bull.
Monday, I'm surprised that the Monday night game doesn't work, because
Oh.
it seemingly works in America. But did you guys happen to catch the Matty John the High Marsh and Fletch show?
No, I didn't
Like,
see it. I haven't
They
watched it
put
yet.
together like all the fun stuff that they did while they're over there, and some of the fun stuff, like it just looks so fun. Like they did that roller coaster at the top of that tall building. They
New York
went and
roller
shot
coaster.
they went and shot the machine guns, like full on machine guns, fire out the front. They went up in a helicopter and shot machine guns out of the helicopter.
God bless America. There's
Yeah,
a lot of machine guns
They
and getting,
shot like
getting a lot of use in America
this
at the moment.
full on flamethrower. Like it looked like
Mate,
they were having
one of
such-
the best things of the Vegas stuff is the whatever Fletch and Heine, the product they did, and I can't remember what it was last year, but like, I just remember Heine was shit scared of something, and they were trying to. Maybe it was heights or something like that.
No,
'cause
they-
he's scared of heights.
Yeah, it was-
or-
Didn't they stay in the
Gordy?
Haunted House last year, or the Haunted Hotel last year?
No, I don't
in
remember
Vegas?
that. I haven't seen that.
There was that roller coaster that goes
Gordy
out over
got
this
scared
side
of the
it.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
Right,
He wouldn't go on
okay.
it.
Oh, Gordy, that's right. Gordy was
Yeah.
shit scared of saying that was good. And when they did the Thunder from Down Under, that was so funny. Like that was hilarious.
Talking about roller
Yeah.
coasters, me and Paddy are very famous for a photo that was included in the Herald once.
That the
Yeah.
Royal Easter show?
Yeah,
From
the
the
Royal
Easter
Easter
show.
show. There was this kid that was very scared, to say the least.
So we got our
and-
photo taken on a roller coaster though, and then every 4 years when the stock market crashed, our photo would be on the front page of the paper saying "the fear of falling."
What? And they used that
Saying,
photo?
they must use it half a dozen times.
It gets reproduced there, like
And
often.
my brother's leg.
Yeah, he got his foot in there.
Is it? I can't remember it, but is it you that's shit scared on it, Pat?
No.
No.
Who is
I
it?
think
It
it
was
was
just a
DJC.
random.
It looked like DJC.
There's a random kid that's shit scared on
He was
it.
holding on for dear life. Get
Paddy-
Blake to post on the leg up.
Paddy's wearing a pair of looks like Andrew Gay's basketball shoes and a
Oh,
price size too
100%.
big on it.
Yeah. Dad's
Oh, yeah,
come home with the extra prezzies.
Yeah. See you, Dad. Go home and write some winner's sayings.
Sorry, I haven't seen you for the last 6 months, but here's some Reebok pump knockoffs.
Here's some-
Love you.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Oh, wow.
He used to bring us back some good DVDs.
Where's all
Tell
my
you
burnt
what, yeah.
DVDs?
I remember the DVDs you used to get. Remember the back of them? For some reason, the ones that he got, the back of them, instead of like having the movie blurb, it would be a recipe. Do you remember that? It'd be like all of the it'd be like Die Hard and all the Die Hard pictures like you'd see on the back of the DVD, but it would just be a copy and paste recipe, so it just had writing. But anyway, good stuff, good memories. Let's get into the headlines. Clear as mud. 2-year-old dilemma continues. Warwoven was disappointing. Huge runs from Central Europe and Campione d'Italia on the weekend. But can we take anything from them? Is the golden slipper picture any clearer, Lloydie?
No, it's not, which is a bit of a shame. But I think it's probably hard to say the Victorians don't have the wood over them at the moment, the Sydney siders anyway. But like one sort of thing I would say about Warwoven is like you go back probably a decade ago and you've got the likes of what was his name? Capitalist. Like he won the Breeders on debut, won the Wyong Magic Millions, the Gold Coast Magic Millions. Then I think he got beat in the Todman, and then all of a sudden he was, $2 out to $8 in the Golden Slipper, and he bolted in. So Sepoy was the same. Sepoy won the Blue Diamond, one of the Sydney lead-ups, beaten in a Sydney lead-up, and then got a better price on Slipper Day. So I could be forgiving of Warwoven because he was pushed back to the worst part of the track. He was 56 days between runs without a trial off that little minor setback. So yeah, don't screw up your ticket if you're on him. But
Hildo said he goes, we don't need to win this race. We just need to come out and run well. But did it run well enough? Like
I think so. Like I think it was held up, and then she was trying to get off the fence, and Star of Jamaica just put him back into the fence, which just wasn't the place to be all day on Saturday. So I think you can be pretty forgiving of that effort. I thought no trial. Yeah, exactly. Like there's just got to be improvement there. Like can't take too much away from the winner because he's I was a bit dirty on myself for not backing him. Like backed him on debut. He just did everything wrong that day. Over raced. Went back to the trials, trialled super, and then all of a sudden it's 30 and 40 to 1 and gets the job done. The second horse was a bit unlucky. Did
plenty wrong on the weekend too.
I reckon he's getting underestimated, Lloydie. He still did plenty wrong on Saturday and still beat him. Like everybody's talking about the second horse who was unlucky.
Yeah,
but he was.
I haven't watched the replay.
And he was over racing. Like he was back with cover, over racing really bad. So then he had to get onto the 3 wide line and was still chugging along. Like he went really good. I thought it was a good win.
I hope for the sake of my 100 to 1 that he's
yeah. I'm dirty on myself that I didn't back him as well.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think there's any clear cut $2 chance. Like if Warwoven had have come out and won by 3, then you'd probably say, yeah, he's clearly the horse to beat. But
Warwoven should be favourite at this stage. Like $6 is fair enough.
Apparently
but he
went out to
$9 this week.
Apparently went out to $9, went back into 6. What was Campione d'Italia? Do you know what price he was before?
Pre-race?
51 into like 15 or 13 or something like that. But I think this weekend has defined the slipper in the past, of recent years, because last year, Tempted beat Mahuna. Tempted should have won the slipper last year. Mahuna did win the slipper. And this weekend's had a really good record. So whoever wins these races will potentially fly to the top of the Golden Slipper market. And then you got, I reckon, what's his name? Central Europe.
Yeah.
He's short enough because he's got to win next week and then back up 7 days. So he's got to win 2 races. I think he's more likely. If he wins next week, he'll probably go to the Golden Slipper, which is what Chris did with Shinzo backed him up 7 days later. But if he doesn't win, then he's off to a Sires. So if he wins next week, he's off to a Golden Slipper and a Sires. And if he doesn't win, he's probably just off to a Sires. So, I'd prefer to take $7 about him in a Sires than $9 or $8 about him in a Golden Slipper.
You look at this, the Todman, sort of the honour roll, the last few years, Tantyrus. He obviously went a little bit of miss after that and didn't run in the Slipper, but Cylinder started favourite, I think. Sajardin from memory started $7. Enemo, Farnan won the Slipper. Vancouver won the Slipper. Piero won the Slipper. Real Saga started favourite in the Slipper.
What are we saying? Yeah, should we get on Paradoxium right now?
Yeah, what's doing with Paradoxium? Do we know what's happening there?
He has to win on Saturday and get in, basically. He's 70th in the order. If he doesn't win, he won't get a run.
But it's about $12 in the Slipper currently.
Yeah.
I think.
$11, something like that.
He still has to win as well. So,
what is he?
Take
probably
better off 2
weekend.
races.
You're probably better off. Yeah, you're taking that price for him to win 2 races. So if he comes into $6, you might as well just take the $6 after he wins on Saturday. There's no difference. But you could play other horses in the market, like this horse. Stretton Ruler, I think he's good value in the Slipper because he's still $13. He's already in.
Not many go Blue Diamond Slipper, though.
Tempted should have done it last year. She was unlucky. She had no luck in the Blue Diamond. And he didn't run in the Blue Diamond. He was scratched from the Blue Diamond and came to Sydney and won. But $13 is a good price about him. I think that he'll start shorter than that. He'll run well on Saturday. There's nothing between it and Paradoxium. Another horse like Wolf Gap. This horse, Wolf Gap, he's a good horse. And he's $34 in the Slipper. If he comes out and wins, he's a horse that's going to be $6 in the Slipper. And then if you look at the fillies, this Nadra's, I think she's still $34 in the Slipper. If she comes out and wins, she's got Mahuna vibes about her because Mahuna went to a midweek race and then she come out and she ran second in this race and then she come out and won the Slipper.
What do you reckon, Paddy? Anything to add to this? And if we're getting any clearer indication of the Slipper, or does it all come back? Actually, what about a better question? Have we been this unclear 2 weeks out?
We probably have. He's probably just waiting, like Blake said, for this weekend to unfold. But I'll tell you what, if Warwoven went into that race on the weekend with a trial and had that run, then I reckon you could set it aside. But
confetti.
Yeah. I reckon there's too many question marks at the moment. And that's why, with all the question marks, maybe Blake's right. Maybe something will come from Melbourne and do it. But I'd prefer to stick with something from Sydney for the moment.
They've confirmed that Closer to Free's definitely coming.
Yeah, he's the one I probably want to be backing at $21 at the moment because he just has to improve again off that. He's only had 2 starts.
And I think the other horse is coming... Stratton Ruler, is that? Or not Stratton Ruler, what's Eternal Warrior or something its name is? What's its name, Lloydie? It was unlucky Warrior. in the Blue Diamond. They've all got the same form. Those horses have all got the same horse. They're the same form. They come through the same race.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see what that Tornado Valley does in that race as well on Saturday, right down the bottom. He sort of had pretty decent form and won a Group 3 down the straight at Flemington on Cup Day and was good in that Magic Millions and in the BJ McLaughlin. So he's sort of one that could be that bit of a sleeper in the market as well.
Yeah, and there was I was interested in this. That there's a horse called Medicinal going around at Flemington. It was in the nominations for the fillies race here, and I was thinking, I could back this, and it was 30-1 or something. But it was nominated in Melbourne as well. But it beat that Big Wigs who runs second to Ole Go, and that Starloom had trialled really well against Stratton Ruler, Eternal Warrior, and Closer to Free. So the form around it's pretty good. So just for
that was that Sunday race,
in Melbourne.
Wasn't it?
There was a Sunday race. Yeah, it pissed him.
Yeah.
Exciting. All right. We won't be watching Saturday's races at the office on stream. I know that much. So we have a 15-second delay or like maybe 10-second delay at the office. So
It's like 40.
you reckon it's that
longer
much?
than that.
Yeah.
It's a minute.
really?
It's a minute for sure. In the yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because we use that like Foxtel
That's
Go
just
or whatever.
Foxtel Go on. That's everyone's Foxtel Go though.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
So we have to we plug a laptop in just so we can get right into those prices before they go.
Yeah,
We'll just turn the markets off
we'll
half the
sort it
time,
out
sitting
this-
there waiting. All right, let's get into. Actually, I've got one for you, boys. 10 from 10. The glow gets brighter. So where does Autumn Glow go after the George Ryder? DJC.
Look, I think it wins the George Ryder, but how it wins that will determine what happens next. Obviously, if it wins really well, I think they'd look at probably the Queen Elizabeth. I think the Doncaster is another option, but I think it'll be weighted out of that. I think if it runs in the Doncaster, does it add a heap of weight there, Lloyd, I think?
She got 56.5.
Yeah, we had this. Oh, you were
No, he wasn't here last week.
Yeah, it wasn't. And then
So she carries half a kilo less than weight for age in that. So she'd carry 57 at a weight for age race, and
Yep.
she'll carry 56.5 in the Doncaster.
yeah, so I don't reckon they'll go that route. I reckon if they don't want to take on the 2000 test yet, I guess the great backup option is the Queen of the Turf, which you probably mentioned last week as well. Did you?
I think they've ruled out the Queen of the Turf. I don't think she's going there, and she's $1.60 in the Queen of the Turf. I think Waller is leaning to a Doncaster, and Mac wants her to run in the Queen Elizabeth because when they interviewed Mac, maybe Mac's got a good Doncaster ride because he said he'd like to see in the Queen Elizabeth without hesitation. And
Who's the other owner? Because you got like not the other owner. So there's Waller and is it
John Massara.
Yeah, isn't he like against the Doncaster big time with the weight?
I'm not sure.
No, he's against the Queen Elizabeth. He doesn't think she'll run 2,000 at this stage of her career. He wants to keep it to a mile.
Yeah, I thought Queen Elizabeth would not happen this preparation, but I'm thinking that now it's more likely than anything else. Just
I
given
hope she
the
goes
fact,
there because then
But
she'll
is that-
start short of.
But obviously, does that all depend on this George Ryder? Like if it doesn't, like if it, if it obviously wins really well and it's pulling away from him and stuff like that, then obviously the 2000 is not really that much of a concern. Was an extra 400 metres. Like, but if it kind of just gets there, then do you look at the Queen of the Turf, or do you reckon they're not going to go there at all?
ideally, I don't think they're going to the Queen of the Turf. Because Waller will want to win that with one of his other mares, I'd suggest. I reckon, ideally, she'd go to the Queen Elizabeth. We could take the $4 about her now because she'd be a $1.80 chance. So, she's going to start $1.10 in that George Ryder because there's not going to be any competition. Aliana's going to go to the Ramvet, and usually Waller's Ramvet horses go to the Queen Elizabeth afterwards. But, you'd love to see Aliana drop back to the mile for a Doncaster with no weight on her back. Autumn Glow go to a Queen Elizabeth because I don't think she'd be a much, if you looked at the market's expectation, she'd be a much shorter favourite in the Queen Elizabeth than she would be in the Doncaster.
Do you think she wins the Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah. She's strong.
I hope she goes to the Queen Elizabeth, and I hope Aliana goes to the Queen Elizabeth so he can get $5 or $6 Aliana and just bet up.
I don't think he'd get $5 or $6.
She's favourite at the moment, but that's
she's
on the
currently
basis
$2.80.
that's
Sir
because
Delius
probably
$3.50. Autumn Glow $4.50.
Autumn Glow might
Autumn
not
Glow.
be there. But the worry for me is with Autumn Glow going to 2,000 metres this prep, and if she goes to that, she's going to the George Ryder at 1,500 next time, and that's just going to more than likely 95% be a walk in the park for her. There's not going to be any opposition there for her. Aliana's going to go to 2,000, have a good hit out 2,000
So
with
Sir
Sir
Delius.
Delius. Yeah, and then those two are going to have had that run under the
Chelf's
belt
gone.
at 2,000. Like,
Cool.
I just don't know if it'd be a great setup for Autumn Glow to get to 2,000 metres for the first time and beat Aliana, because she's just come back super.
Yeah, very impressed from the weekend. What do you think, Patrico? Anything, Dad?
Nothing to add to that.
Thank you.
The Doncaster would be the best theatre, I reckon.
Yeah.
I actually thought
For Autumn Glow, yeah, I hope, yeah.
Easiest
For all of them, yeah.
kill.
It'd be the best theatre. Like, I think, yeah, I'd love to see her.
He did it with Winks, so.
Yeah, I think Winks carried less or the same weight as her, but had one
extra
a
group
Cox
one.
plate. Had one
Yeah.
a Cox plate.
Yeah.
It's good chat, though, isn't it? Like, we've got a good horse on our hand, and trying to figure out what's next is...
Like the Doncaster,
Very
she would
exciting.
have to like give a horse like Linebacker 3.5 kilos.
Is it getting to the point now where, like, I know he's probably not like that, but would he be just trying to protect that unbeaten record now?
Yeah, subconsciously. Yeah, he'd definitely be trying to protect that for sure.
100%.
So it's the easiest option. Like, I think, like, that's why I think the Doncaster, like, he seemingly is inclined to push the Doncaster away, but like, as we get closer, I think that would be her stiffest test.
Yep.
Maybe
Exciting.
Maybe Waller does protect the unbeaten record, and he goes
The Queen of the
Autumn
Turf.
Glow to Queen Elizabeth, Aliana back to the Doncaster, because Aliana, like, she would be very hard to beat in the Doncaster, I tell you.
She'd be hard to beat, but like what we were talking about earlier about running horses in suitable races. Like, she's a Derby winner over 2,400 metres. Like, I'm sick of
Yeah, but she's a Derby winner.
Waller keeping
like,
her.
as a
Yeah,
three-year-old.
get her to
she's
2,000. Yeah, get her
she's
to
not a
2,000. Get her to a Caulfield Cup. Like,
she wouldn't be the first horse to win over 1.25 miles and then drop back to the high-pressure mile with a drop from weight for age to handicap conditions.
no,
in Randwick.
I know she wouldn't be, but just like, I reckon he's like doing that has sort of cost him a few Group 1s with a few other horses. Like for instance, like Kovalika, he bolted in a Queensland Derby and then never got to 2,400 for 18
Yeah, but
months.
he's a slug.
Yeah, but at the time, like, he started. You backed him in the Golden Eagle. I'm pretty sure, didn't you? Or an
Maybe.
Epsom or something. Yeah.
I think that,
Yeah.
that was
Like,
me.
the 60. Yeah,
Still a slug.
it was definitely me. But like, he should have, like, I just think like that spring, like after he won the Queensland Derby, he shouldn't have been set for a Golden Eagle and an Epsom. He should have been set for a Caulfield Cup. Like, yeah, all right, get Aliana to 2,000 as quick as possible and set it for a Melbourne Cup.
When does the Waller Dead Eyes YouTube show usually get released each week?
Oh, it should be out soon.
It's out. It's
I'll
out.
watch it while we're recording.
No, you won't be watching it. What, is that you doing fucking race replays before while someone else was talking?
I wasn't. No,
Oh,
DJC.
DJC would have been watching a race.
Seems like something.
I don't have to watch replays. I watch every fucking race every week. It's already in my
It might have
brain.
been live. Might have been live. Actually, Zammy's horse just won while we've been
Oh,
did.
good, Zemi.
going on. And you're Zammy. He's had
Yeah,
it
good
mentioned
brother.
every episode this year. So
And as Mug commented straight into the chat, the rich get richer.
the rich get richer. All right, boys, let's get into this weekend's races.
No matter what, I can't to the end. Everybody's hands go up. You can say that. I may say that.
Oh, my voice was going at that point.
Is that the Stradbroke?
That was Stradbroke.
Great win.
She's a belter.
That was all you, Paddy. Well done.
That was so good. Pat rescued us that day. Rescued
Alligator blood?
$30,000 pot and everything. But we're talking about this weekend, Super Saturday, Flemington, Randwick, 4 massive Group 1s. We're going to start in Melbourne, fellas. We're going to go with the All-Star Mile. And it's a great version of the race. Second year holding the Group 1 status. The money's bringing the horses. It's our first chance to see Pride of Jenni this year. She's first up after a couple of really good trials, and she's taking on Treasure the Moment, who we've spoken plenty about already last week, but she's looking to kind of kick her campaign into gear. A couple of the big boys hoping to ruin the party as well. Big Tomcat and Buckaroo coming into this race off excellent runs. What's the bet here, Lloydie? You sticking with your girl or just backing anything to beat the favourite because you fucking love putting hate watch on Pride of Jenni?
What's that old El Paso ad with the little Mexican girl? Why not both? Like, I think, Choose the Moment, she can silence the doubters for sure. Like, this is going to be a lot more of her go, I think, with a bit more tempo in it. Thanks to Jenny, there'll be a couple of others that can kind of keep them all intact. And Choose the Moment can just finally get a nice, cushy run. Like, she was beaten in similar scenarios last prep following that colic where she had to be the one to do the donkey work and drag them up to the field, and she just sort of got found out a little bit. And then she had to lead first up in that futurity. But I think now she can be ridden with a sit. She's got that run under her belt. She gets to 1600, which is a little bit more her go than the 1400, and I think she's going to be really hard to beat.
I was a little bit surprised that Pride of Jenni was 450 favourite. What did you think, Patrick?
I'm very surprised. I was just hoping that they would retire it. Truthfully.
3 years ago.
Why would you?
Do you know what? Just piss it off. I'm not a massive Pride of Jenni fan. I think it just sometimes completely ruins the race, and then everyone gets on board the jockeys fell asleep, or it's gone to miss, it's got to be retired. The whole roller coaster of supporting that horse is something that I've never had any luck doing.
And you're only pissed off because you haven't been the person backing at every start like those other. The punters love Pride of Jenni, and the losers that didn't back Pride of Jenni like saying, the jockeys let it. Look, done it too often for the jockeys not to be awake enough to do it, and can't tell her to retire. She won a Group 1,
I know. Go out on a high. Get lost.
Go out on a high. No. It went a miss, didn't it? The last race, bled on the.
No. She bled like two preps ago or something like that.
Yeah, that was like.
But I swear something went wrong, like in the Champions Mile.
Every second start.
Maybe. She won.
It was a heavy track.
Note had an issue. I don't know what that means. So
Lanes failed to handle going.
There you go.
But she's a duffer in the wet.
Yeah, well, I found one of a bit of value in this race, actually, whilst I will be having something on Treasure at the moment, because if you took even money about it last start, the $6 this start is, I think, is overs on it. But
you ever heard that saying, never throw bad money after bad?
Good money after bad, mate. Good money
after bad.
Bad money.
It doesn't apply to you, mate, because you just throw it up in the air and party in it. You're just shooting dollar bills everywhere, bro.
Oh,
but yeah, I reckon
sickening how much money Blake has.
With Pride of Jenni running them along, Treasure of the Moment taking the sit in behind, probably carting them up. From last start, I actually liked Like Lucy's run up the inside.
It was a good run. I agree.
$15 shot.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the value in the race and what I'll be latching on to at $15.
Yeah, that was a good run.
Well, I think if you like her, Pat, I think you should. I wish I knew where she was going. Are they going to run her in a Doncaster or a Queen of the Turf? Because I think she'd be a rough hope in a Doncaster.
Yeah, definitely. It sort of was the hit.
That obviously hasn't looked at like Lucy past this race.
Well, I think it was the hidden run in that race with Buckaroo coming down the outside, getting the massive call, and it coming up the inside and just sort of sneaking its way home.
When Patrick puts
get it to a tankard,
puts out a little $15 shot for us all to. That's all he does. That's him.
Maybe they go to the Australian Cup with her. When's the Australian Cup?
Yeah, well, that's a fortnit after, so that's
two weeks.
Natural sort of.
The way you guys latch onto horses, though, I could very well bar this horse after this weekend.
Mate, it might not even make the weekend. This horse might not even make the weekend.
If I get off here and someone's knocked the price off, then I'm going to death ride the fucking thing.
Straight onto Antino's back or something.
I think she, she's going good, and she's had in her 5 runs in Australia, she's improved her rating at each of those runs. So I think there is a peak performance coming, but she's going to get back from that draw. There's not you would. So this is a Group 1 mile.
Mm-hmm.
There's not an A grade mile horse in it. You would suggest outside of Pride of Jenni.
Yeah.
There's no Mr. Brightside.
Pride of Jenni could be in that conversation, but potentially they're targeting this race because maybe she's no longer really in that conversation. They haven't attracted one A grader to the race.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Are we
hard
in
to say.
agreement?
Treasure the moment's not an
No,
A-grader.
that's Tom Kidden won it last year.
I'm not talking about last year. And Tom's not one of our. If Tom's one of our top 5 milers, then we're in a diabolical spot.
He ran fifth in the.
He's a very good horse.
It would only be second to fifth.
He ran fifth in the King Charles in the spring. That's probably the premier mile race. Like Chow Wolf, Mr. Brightside. He beat Fangirl. And then
those 3 would potentially be in it.
This is a good race. This is a good race. This is a class race.
The suspense is killing me, Blake. Who are you tipping?
No, I'm just saying, I think that it was better before when they had the voting system, and who cares if a couple of random horses got into the race? It created a bit of buzz about the race. It created something different about the race, and all they would have had to do is potentially put a minimum benchmark or a minimum entry requirement to open that back up, and I think that would have made this race a little bit more interesting, and it's worth $2 million. So Waller doesn't send, he's sending Like a Lucy, but she's not one of his top liners really.
It's potentially a bit lost as well. Especially for Sydney horses, you've got last weekend the Very Elegant Stakes, next weekend the George Ryder, or might be the weekend after the George Ryder. But for that sort of similar money, it's going to be hard to get the Sydney horses to Melbourne, I think. But saying that, there's still a fair few. You've got Steffi Magnetica. You've got.
I don't mind the race. Truthfully.
Have any? But in saying that, those voted in horses, have any of them actually gone any good, or are they just fucking taking up a barrier?
A lot of times they're witches' hats. Don't like to say speed ups. We don't want them on the ground.
Could you put Gringotts in our top 5 milers? You'd have to potentially put him there.
Gringotts.
The big top 15 maybe.
25.
He's a big dance and gong horse. I don't think of him as a Group 1.
Well, he's a Group 1 weight for age winner, and he's beat Fangirl under those conditions.
I'd margin bet Tom Kidden.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I'd margin bet Tom Kidden to beat Gringotts over a mile weight for age.
I think Gringotts is on. I'd prefer to own Gringotts than Tom. Let me tell you that.
Gringotts is a flat track bully, mate.
Is anyone on Tomcat? Big Tom Kitten? I thought he did really well last start.
Well, he was a good winner first up, but I will give my tip now.
Okay, everyone ready?
Thank
God. There's no speed in this race.
No, start the show again. You stuffed it up. You stuffed him up.
Start it again. There's no speed in
Take
this race.
17.
So Pride of Jenni either wins or she doesn't win.
Fuck.
I'm glad we waited for that.
Mic drop.
We're getting $4.40 to find out whether she wins or she doesn't win.
Oh, you reckon this is a bit like
Flip that as well, Lloydie, tomorrow, just so the punters can get into BJ. The Pride of Jenni either wins or doesn't.
Fuck, don't fucking have me up.
Look at her form. She's gone good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. What is next in that sequence?
It's like reading the red and black on the roulette. What's next? I think it's red.
But no, she just owns this race, and if she is anywhere near her best, she'll just win. And if
How did
she's
she
not
go
near
again?
her best, then she
Good,
won't win.
bad, good, bad, good, bad.
I reckon.
The last one was bad, so it's got to be good.
I think the market will really trend towards her. I think she'll start. She could potentially start with a 2 in front of her.
What is she? Is she having at 440?
I reckon the other way.
420,
I reckon she'll start with an
390,
8.
No,
She would-
I-
she-
Out
She
the
will
gate.
definitely have a 2.
she won't be out the gate. She won't be
No,
out the
punters
gate
over.
because
She'll have it too. 200 to 1.
Yeah, she'll
it's-
definitely have a 2. Barrier 2. That's her barrier.
Thank you.
it's a cracking gamble. Like it's just the perfect gamble. Like $4.40 about her. She's just going to go
Coin
forward,
flip.
own the race. If she's at her best, she just bolts it. Nothing can beat her.
What about you, DJC?
Well, I'm sticking fat with
What?
Trez at the moment. Was on it last start. Looked every hope until dirty old Pericles and Buckaroo picked it up late.
Buckaroo was a
second up
big run
form.
too. That was a
Right.
great run.
Great second up form. Benny Mellum in the saddle, so lane's out. Benny Mellum's on. I think it's going to be improved from last start again, even though it was a great run, and I think it's ready to win.
Jockey upgrade or downgrade?
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Downgrade.
From
Downgrade.
hang on.
Damien
Willow
Lane.
to
From Frosty to
Damien Lane to Ben Mellum. Downgrade.
that's
Upgrade.
a downgrade. That's a downgrade for sure.
That's an
But
upgrade.
Even though Ben Mellum's a good
I'd
rider,
happily put Ben Mellum on one, but
Frosty's a
Damien
star.
Lane's- yeah, he's top 5 in the country, I reckon.
Fucking easy top 5 to get into, I'd say then.
Well, it's him, then it's Tom Kitten, then Gringotts.
Damien Lane, Tom Kitten, Gringotts. Fuck, everything's in the top 5.
yeah, DJ's
linebacker.
gone.
Put linebacker in the top 5.
We could get 3.5 kilos off Autumn Glow in a Doncaster.
Let's just keep moving on. What is our next race? It's the Newmarket Handicap.
Did you like anything in that big fella?
Yeah, I liked Tom Kitten and I like Buckaroo. I like both their runs last start, so it'd be interesting to see. But you know what? BJ had me. Pride of Jenni's bad run last start only means one thing: good run this start. So I'll be sitting next to him watching it.
That's right.
Seeing if he's right. Red, black, red, black. It looks a good addition of the Newmarket. There's plenty of talk about the weights and BJ, as you said, off the top of the show, the freak. Tantyrus is back and keen to keep the winning ways going, looking to do down the straight double. Tantyrus has actually made me enjoy straight racing, which, as you all know, I fucking don't enjoy. But, boys, weight matters in the Newmarket, and 8 of the past 13 winners have had 52.5 kilos or less, and Tantyrus will have to equal almost the all-time weight carrying record for a 3-year-old in the Newmarket set by Ajax in 1938 with 9 stone, which works out to be 57.15 kilograms. He was $2 all in after the Lightning Stakes win, currently $2.30. Is anyone beating Tantyrus, Patrico?
No, give it the record now, mate. Just put the trophy in its cabinet. I think this one is out of the box.
History-making record broken.
It will be a history-making, record-breaking run. And do you know why you love it down the straight? Because it races so true down the straight. It's not one of those ones that can mix its runs like, I don't know, Pride or Jenni. Start. One start good, one start bad. It is an absolute weapon, this horse. So.
Tell me this, boys. I think we were watching it together, Lloydie and BJ. Do they have like a drone shot going now down the straight? Have they always had that? Because that is much more enjoyable. Like,
I'm not sure if they've always.
Yeah.
They've probably had something of the sort, but they definitely kept it for a lot longer at the start of the race this time. Yeah, which is I agree. It's good. Like
that was great. Like a little
Got a
bit
bit
of
more of an
slot
idea.
racing. Just boom, where are they going? If they take the different parts of the track, inside, outside, who's slightly in front, I enjoyed that a lot more. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it. But, Tantyrus' run in Lightning was phenomenal. DJC.
Yeah, look, you can't go past the players. Massive run last start. that 300 mark, you probably wouldn't want to be on it with stolen money, obviously, but it's the way it just picked them up in those last couple of hundred metres was ridiculous. It's only going to get better as well, which I think is the scary part of this prep. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
Surely you've got something on Calibus after it nearly took you home last start.
Nah, I can't put up with the grief of you blokes cheering something else home. So I'll stick with stick with it. Mate.
You got to put him in the quaddie. Put him in the quaddie, DJC.
Same race, Moldy, mate. I'm a big fan of.
First and second.
Same race.
You would be a big fan of the same race.
He would definitely.
Yeah.
What about that time where you took all those things top 4, but you'd taken 5 horses?
Didn't get paid out.
Just lose straight away.
DJ, with or against?
Tantyrus is obviously the best horse in the race. He's the only horse that you could put into the conversation that could potentially be the number one chance to beat Kaying Rising in the Everest. But if they're ever going to beat him, it's today. He's got to carry 1.5 kilos more than weight for age. My Gladiola gets a 5 kilo weight swing on him for 0.8 of a length beaten margin last start. So if you believe in science and if you believe in weight being a real thing, then My Gladiola can turn the tables on him. She was a little bit luckless in that Coolmore when held up at a key stage. She should have finished closer to him there. That was over 1,200 metres. That's the only concern, 1,200 metres about her. But like, given the fact that she ran so well, she's drawn nicely to get good cover. He's a horse that is going to get back. They're not going to ever ride him outside of his usual pattern, so he's going to have to pick them all up. She'd have to be in front of him at the furlong, which I expect her to be. But if Williams can get her a nice little suck and get her to explode over that last furlong.
Nice little suck and explode.
Give her a nice little suck and she'll explode that last furlong. I reckon she can win.
Very horny analysis, which is always appreciated on the show. What about you, Lloydie? Any kind of horny take on this race?
Well, probably the horniest I've ever been is watching the 2025 Stradbroke and the Stradbroke winners here, War Machine.
War Machine.
War Machine. I think he's been a little bit underestimated. I wish I'd have taken the 20s all in. He's $12 now and would have just been a good each way play. But, he was just airborne that whole winter towards the Stradbroke. And then obviously he bolted in and won the Straddy. And then first up in the spring, he just dominated this track and trip with 60 kilos in the Gilguy. And that saw him start sort of $9.50, $9 in an Everest behind Kaying Rising. He went no good that day. He went no good his next start, and even first up, he was a bit plain. But I feel like he had a few excuses. He was worse than plain first up. He was
pulled up lame.
He pulled up lame. So I think you can just be very forgiving of that run at $1.30. Like Hedged ran well in the Oakley Plate and franked that form, and his 2 trials seems to have been really good. His latest at the straight last week was terrific, I thought. So him as a Group 1 winner. I think he can run a good race. And the other one that I feel like is probably bigger price than I was expecting it to be is Angel Capital. Like, I know first up again, he was pretty poor, but he should have won a Sir Rupert Clark second up in the spring. He was one of the better runs of the race in the Everest, and he started 290 first up against Jolie Star. So his trial, while it looked like he did a lot wrong, I think they were just trying to get him to settle, and his late work was good at Flemington. He's another one that I think could be a big improver second up in what looks a real sort of grand final for Angel Capital, that Group 1 handicap up the straight. Like, I think it looks a set play for Waller.
This is great, just watching BJ mute himself so he can yell his tears.
I said win, lose, win, lose. Which one do you want?
Oh, that's good. War Machine, or maybe a little play on what price is Angel Capital? $12.
They're both $12.
$13. Like War Machine at the blue blokes.
There we go. Yeah, I think Tantyrus obviously is the one to beat. He's the way he let down the other day. Like, horses just don't accelerate sort of like that. Or maybe Tempted does from
Tempted.
the 4 to the 2, but he's going to be the one to beat. Interesting, Beach. How come, so it's only going to be 4 kilos because Craig Williams is riding a kilo over on My Gladiola. But
Oh, that's annoying. I didn't know that.
Since when is he not 50 kilos?
I'm not sure. It must have been eating too
surely.
many donuts.
Must have been. Yeah.
Fat bastard.
Something. Oh, well,
Don't fat shame Willow.
let's not do that. Got enough going against him. At
He's one and a half.
at least his weight is on his side.
51 and a half. Get off the donuts.
All right, let's go to Sydney, boys. Randwick Guineas. Autumn Boy, very strong first up run. Finished third in the Hobartville behind Ninja. DJC, I think that was your tip for that race. And Ninja looks to continue what is a super campaign. Anything could just emulate that last start win. Ninja $6.50. And our favourite for the race, Sheza Alibi, is currently $2.40. And BJ, can she make it 4 in a row and allow us to see the beauty that is the Peter Moody, smoothest dart hand exchange in the history of man? Like in the mounting yard too, just cigarette, over here, give us a kiss.
She's pretty good, and Moods has got a fair rap on her. But let's be real. She's won a Sandown Guineas and she beat up on her own sex first up, and then she comes here and she's favourite over Autumn Boy. Sorry, he's a Caulfield Guineas winner. I know that he was beaten first up, but he was the best run in the race. Mile second up from a good draw, McDonald on. I think that he wins, and I think we're getting a premium price because he didn't put up a big figure first up. So I think he's the best horse in the race, and I think we can back him accordingly.
Sorry, boys. Anyone else want to have a take of this race? Or
I've gone against Ninja. Yeah, I've gone against the one that's brought me so much joy. I'm with Sheza Alibi. I think it could be an absolute star. As Blakey said, it's only kind of the 2 wins aren't probably so much to write home about, but I really think it's could be anything. This horse, Lukey Nolan, sticks on 2 from 2 on board it. I think it's a massive chance to win.
fucking could be anything.
Can I jump on the back of there, DJC? Last up, we actually didn't even get to see the best of her.
Yeah.
She had to stop start, blocked for a run, and then when it opened, she just went bang. And that, you've got to be a good horse to be able to do that, to not only get through and win the race, but win easily. 2 or 3 lengths are put on it. So
I reckon it's going to win well.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
it's
dead
the
set.
one out of the box.
This is the bet of the autumn. She's Alibi.
Really? There you go.
They just will not see which way she goes, I don't think.
Really?
I just keep betting and betting and betting.
And clear running's the secret, I'd say.
Yeah. Granted, she's raced Autumn Boy once and Autumn Boy got the better of her that day, but she was still trained by Chris Hansen then, and she drew barrier 7 and she raced 3 wide without cover, and Autumn Boy just tracked her everywhere she went, and she ran second to him. But since she's been with Moody, she probably almost should have beaten, well, not should have beaten Tantyrus first up in the Gothic, but she didn't have the blinkers on that day. And since she's had the blinkers on, she's just gone to a whole new level. So, I know the horses that she beat were no superstars in her 3 wins in Melbourne, but she's just completely caned them. I think she's going to have a map advantage on Autumn Boy from barrier 4, I would suggest. And interesting, the blinkers haven't gone on Autumn Boy for this, which, is there another target that they've got in mind later on in down the track, maybe a Doncaster or something like that, where they put the blinkers on. But yeah, I think she lands in front of him, sits on the back of sort of Ninja probably with Dusty Bay going forward, and it'll just be all over at the 300.
I'm tipping her on top as well, but just the disclaimer for Nick's confidence, it is a Rocky horse.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I actually bet against her in her debut, and I got it bang on. And then back to that date.
I'm looking back
to the date Townsville, she got given a 10 out of 10 by Tash Chambers at Townsville that day in that $100,000 race up there, and that's what sort of take her to Eagle Farm. But no, this is a good chance for Rocky to get a Group 1. Came close. Our boy Malachi a few years ago.
Of course.
In a TJ.
As everyone would know.
Because what do you call it? Our horse. Our horse.
Yeah. Local. Our local galloper.
Another Rockhampton Raider coming down to steal the spoils in the big smoke.
Yeah, but no, I think she's very good. So, yeah,
hey, I want you guys to listen to something. This was Lizzie Jelfs and Moody were having a little exchange on 7 horse racing, and I'm not sure what Lizzie was trying to do.
Moody sweating up between his legs at the moment. Okay, so the top selection from the yard is Nashville Jack. But
so they were talking about how Pete Moody was sweating it up
between his legs at the moment.
Do you think that's an appropriate?
I reckon if Peter Moody said it about Lizzie.
I think it went on to say. I think there was more to that interview that you've chopped out there too, Woodhead. Like I'm pretty sure.
Taking the context out of it.
No, well, I think Moods then followed it on with there's something else between my legs or something along those sort of lines where he just sort of took it where it all went into hysterics. But
I was just loving her just having a crack. I think
I think it's good. I think you need more of it. Like I've always thought like racing needs like your Fletch and Hindy. I'm not saying that Lizzie Chels and Peter Moody are Fletch and Hindy equivalents, but like that sort of banter and that's what's going to bring more people in.
The top selection from the yard is Nashville Jack, but PG Moody, I think your horse is looking better than you at the moment.
Thank God she hasn't turned her head. I could tell you some different parts of my anatomy. Swollen and flooded at this point in time.
Terrific.
Yeah, Lizzie, terrific.
Very swollen and flooded.
Oh, I love it. Swollen and flooded. No, that was such a good exchange. Everyone tip. Hey, BJ, did you say Autumn Boy?
Autumn Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Keen to see what Sheza Alibi does and keen to see what Moody does.
I can't believe he's not favourite. But it's okay.
I'd have a small ticket Attica if I was going out.
Where's the shovel?
How could you?
Alibi.
Attica wins. Joe Pride said he'll go to the Doncaster with 50 kilos on his back.
Ooh.
Hopefully Willow won't be riding him because you have to ride him at 51.
Oh, fatso.
Well, let's just see how, as Nick would say it, the bet of the autumn goes this weekend. What's the last race is the Canterbury Stakes. We've got Jolie Stars, last year's Newmarket winner. Top of the market, $2.50. A lovely win in the Expressway Stakes. A few lengths off her. There was Lady Shenandoah. She's $4.80. She's got a great second up record. Loves Randwick. And Gringotts Yorkshire, both back after a little spell. First up here, DJC, a few of these horses I know you've had a bit of success with. What is your tip in the Canterbury Stakes?
I'm going for some value, lads.
Oh, here we go.
And it's actually a bit funny. BJ mentioned the horse earlier. I'm with Linebacker here. I really like the 2 trials leading into this. It's a horse that loves distance, drawn to get a nice run. Love the jockey on board. I'm a big fan of Dill Gibbons. He's a local Thornton boy. So
for fuck's sake, we're not
just around the corner.
We're not going to trot out the local Thornton boy line every time you mention him, are we?
He's in a bit of form too.
His old man's a legend. Yeah, I know his old man down at the bloody footy club. He's a legend.
His old man's a jockey as well, Andrew Gibbons. You should know that, Sam.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Hopefully he can get a good spot, get a bit of cover, and then just pick them up down the outside with a nice turn of foot. Close to double figures. I think it's a massive chance, lads. Linebacker on top. What about you, Paddy? What are you on?
Oh, yeah. Throw.
Plenty of speed on here, I reckon.
Our first throw.
I think the 2 up the top you can cross out.
Jolly Star, Ladding, Shenandoah, you just put a line in them, or you're talking about top
Gringotts
weights?
and Headley Grange.
All right.
I don't. It's a very tough race. I think it could eventuate in a race in two and Jolie Star and Lady Shenandoah. I do like Lady Shenandoah. I think Jolie Star is better over the 1,200 metres. I think getting out to 13 is probably at its max. I know it did have that success in Queensland, but I just think with a second up form, Lady Shenandoah, I reckon it could be the one this prep that sort of goes to the next level and starts, living up to the potential that we always thought it had. This is a horse that I had nearly on top in an Everest, so I think it would be better out to 1,400 metres. The 1,300 should be sweet this start, and yeah, I've got it on top.
DJ says said linebacker.
Yeah, I won't be having a bet in the race, but I will be backing linebacker to win the Doncaster because I think they are circling that race. I think probably potentially the camp have Napoleonic a better chance. They probably think Napoleonic's a better chance in this race, given the fact that Zach's on him, and Zach will be on linebacker in a Doncaster. You'd hope, anyway. Jolly Star's the best horse in the race, but she mixes her form, so I don't really want to bet against her if she's either going to win or she's not going to win.
Bloody mixed form again.
So
where's she at?
She's not one that I want to bet. She's not one that I want to back because she's $2.40. I thought Lady Shenandoah was really good first up. She can only improve on that performance. Baywakt is going to get better getting around a corner. Yorkshire, he's going to have his eyes on a Doncaster as well. Gringotts, what a horse. One of the best milers in the country.
There it is.
Nepotism. Nepotism's an interesting horse. He's been getting chipped away at $61. His last start was in a Cox Plate. I thought that he was going to be the horse that went unbeaten last preparation, and he didn't get close to them in any of his races. So he's a good horse.
That was a good call by you.
Yeah, I agree. I should have went something like Autumn Glow because that would have been a good play. Yeah, he'll go in the quaddie, but I think I don't want to have a bet. Jolie Star's the best horse.
All right, Lloydie.
Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. I think Jolie Star is the one to beat, obviously, as the market does. Like her last five, like she's won three. She's
gone
been
good,
beaten a
bad,
length and a half
good.
in an Everest. No, I don't think she has gone good, bad, good, bad. She's gone good, good, good in an Everest, and then third on a heavy track at the end of a prep. I reckon just all 5 goods. I thought you couldn't say...
Okay, good,
yeah,
good,
maybe.
average, good.
But I'm going to go a little bit of value as well, and it's not really much confidence, but I thought Baywakt back to Sydney, back around a bend, up to 1,300 could do something. Like, he was piss poor in the Lightning first up, but the market sort of knew that, and he was out the gate, and he never fired a shot, but he didn't really fire a shot in the Coolmore either. And I know he ran 4th, but he was well beaten that day. When you go back last time he was around a bend, the Sydney way of going, that was a Golden Rose. He ran a track record. He smashed his rivals. So if they look to do that with him, it could be all over Red Rover. So not a whole lot of confidence, but I thought around that, what is he, $8 or $9, Baywakt could be the little each way play that I have something on.
I can see that.
I
like that.
Yeah, fair call.
He's
gone.
gone.
Nice, that'd be good.
He just, I don't know if
he
he
might
was.
be a case, but
might be a bit like you, would doesn't like straight racing.
No. Well, I don't think Baywakt hasn't gone that well in Sydney either, though, has he?
Yeah, he won it.
he won the Golden Rose by
Rose
4
I'm
and a
talking
half.
about like lately.
It's only had 10
Well, that was his
starts and
last
3.
Sydney
He's only
run.
had 2 starts.
I think 3 or 4 of them have been down the straight and it's gone fucking done nothing.
Oh, what about at Randwick? Is what I meant to say.
Yes, that's
that's where's your stats, DJC? I'm sure I'm right.
He's finished second once from 3 starts. That was in a long road played as a 2-year-old over 1,000. All his better form, yes, is at Rose Hill, but his
He's had more opportunity at Rose Hill.
he has, and he won his trial at Randwick.
Oh,
there you go, Woodhead.
Did not know that.
There you go, Woodhead.
Where do you like them apples?
You fucking got me there.
Oh,
No, I like the Baywakt call.
It's got
I like the
DJC
Baywakt.
drinking.
Yeah,
drinking.
like Napoleonic was one I sort of wanted to find back to 1,300. But I don't know. Is he that good? Maybe not. He probably isn't. But Yeah. If he was $15, I'd probably find out. He might start $15, but yeah, we'll go with the Group 1 winner.
Good. Okay. Has everyone tipped in that race?
Yep.
DJC was fucking around with his phone that much and messaging me that his battery's going to go. I wasn't keeping up with everybody.
Yeah, linebacker to win. Remember Dill Gibbons, the local Thornton boy.
Oh, the local Thornton boy. Forgot about him. Legend. He's old man to legend. Old man to legend down the Thornton Rugby League Club. Anything else to report this weekend? I'm keen for
Footy's
members.
back on. Footy's back on.
Back on.
Yeah. Yep. Boys, my missus away for the whole 3 days this weekend down in Sydney.
Oh, let's do some over and unders.
She's got a netball carnival down there. The racing's back in a big way. You got the foot league back, mate. I'm going to be ripping and tearing.
If you go, do you go to the bottle shop Friday Arvo to do your
Saturday morning? I've got a bit of it's a weird, what do you call it?
Penis.
Obsession?
No, not obsession. Just like a pre-game ritual.
Yeah, ritual. Yep.
I always watch the first race of the day in the bottle shop.
I like it. I like that.
I always do. I always go because I usually go to the in-laws straight after.
What's that, Ellerslie?
No, usually the first Randwick. Usually around that 11, or I think it was maybe 12 on the dot on the weekend just gone. But I always watch the first one in the bottle shop.
Yeah.
Well, then it's either hard solo or fat lambs after that.
Yeah. It would kind of dictate the drink. But just quickly, and don't fucking go on about it because your battery's going to go. But what's the grog order this weekend? Just give us some numbers on the hard solo. What are they called? No, hard raiders. They're not called solos anymore.
Sugar-free.
Hard raiders, sugar-free, of course, looking very good, very fit.
If I was an honest man, I'd have to say, which I am an honest man, that I would be looking at having
40
cans. 40 cans.
40 cans of those solos.
From Friday night footy through till Sunday footy.
You just told me that you don't buy it till fucking halfway through Saturday, so that doesn't include Friday night.
40 cans?
That's what... over 3 days.
They're sugar-free, Patrick, so just fucking wind in the judgmentalness.
One Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
I reckon Blake would have 40 cans in
10 pack.
2 years.
You're probably right. That's a fucking... 40 is pretty... That's pretty...
Okay, that's a... When you've had that much solo, can you taste anything else? Like, are you eating or anything like that? What? That'd just fuck my mouth and my guts and my...
No, I've been a big fan of citrus for a long time, so...
yeah, you've said that.
Yeah, it's not really a hassle, really.
Oh, good.
Oi, best of luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to your stomach this weekend and all that, processing all that fucking...
Good luck to he team.
Drink. Thank you, boys. It's gone straight up. He's had his say and he's just flicked off because the battery's going to go. BJ, thanks, Sonny, for us. I know he was set to explode in the background. He just hung on a bit quietly.
He's all right. He's
a good boy. He's a good boy.
Definitely.
Good luck this weekend, boys. Thanks for this week. This is a good potty. Good show.
See you, punters.
Cheers, lads.
Good luck, punters. Jump on the Discord, you legends.
Hooroo.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.